Hey there, happy August 2018 and welcome to Community Showcase Live, our show where we get the pleasure of showing off art from around the Guild Wars 2 community. And this month, I am pleased to introduce our guest, Da-Hee Im, who is a member of our animation team. And I'd love you to tell our guests what you do and how you came to be at ArenaNet.
Yeah, sure. Hi, I'm Dahi. I'm a cinematics animator, which is just a fancy way of saying I bring to life all those fun characters you see in all those wonderful Guild Wars 2 cutscenes. I actually started just a few months ago as an animation intern on our live animation team. So that's a team that creates all the player character animations, all the creature animations, NPCs, all that fun stuff that you see in game. But I was hired full time as a cinematics animator, and yeah, that's where I'm at now.
That's neat. Well,
Yeah.
welcome. I'm so glad that you're with us full time, and it's been a pleasure to get to know you these last months.
Thank you.
Yeah. Before heading into the art, I do want to tell you about the music we heard. I really like that piece. It's by Cadelis. It's called Rangers, Spirit of Nature. I promise I didn't choose it because it was about rangers, but that didn't hurt its options either. Um, excuse me. Cadelis has a full album of their splendid Guild Wars 2 music on our Tumblr page, and really like the pieces, and I think you'll enjoy it if you listen to it sometime. Let's move right into the art, Dahi, because I can't wait for you to see this. Our first piece is by, well, I'm having trouble, Mark. Oh, there we go. Thank you. Our first piece is by Lilith Does Art. It's an image of their friend Sylvari Necromancer with the amazing Bifrost. I love it.
Yeah, I really love such a subtle detail. There are these berries right on the Sylvari's arm, and I thought
Yeah.
just sort of the reddish pinkish hue really matched the pink hue on the wings, which by the way are
Are
gorgeous.
they the
They
best?
are
Oh
my
my
favorite
gosh,
wings.
love them. And the spiky hair. Love the hair.
Yeah, like the little thorns coming out.
It's an
Beautiful.
awesome image. Stuff Your Draws offers Comb Over Carl. Now, they tell us Carl is described as a friendly choya who, no matter how many times he tries to style his hair, can only get it to go in one direction. His hobbies include looking for the caffeinated script and racing at Amnoon.
I love this choya. I love all choyas, but
Me
this
too.
choya in particular, just the idea of the comb over, also chasing that skrit. Like skrits are my favorite.
Ah,
They're adorable. I know some people think they're just, rat people, but they're so cute. Keep chasing, my friend.
I love the script too. I love the way they move, animation.
Yeah.
Yeah, kudos to the team. And I love some of their snarky lines. They're pretty
Oh
clever.
my gosh, right? They're
It's
skrit.
good guys. Yeah, yeah, it's good times. Candle Lantern created this portrait of Gareth, and what I was just staggered by is the fact they created this image on their iPad. I mean, that's awesome.
Yeah, that is incredible. Just speaking as someone who also tries to do digital art on an iPad Pro, like it is really difficult. So wonderful job doing this. My favorite part of this piece is even if you don't know anything about the character, you can really tell right away that this character is a Reaper.
Yes.
Yeah.
Scythe for the win,
Mm-hmm.
and I love the swooping motion too.
Yeah.
It's a great piece. Joy Does Art did two chibi commissions for Scribes of Calamity of Dietrich, Scribes' homeboy. They call him their handsome homeboy. And here's one of the two. The other is on our Tumblr page. I'm quite fond of Dietrich here. Very cute.
Yeah, me too. Just the facial expression, the little hip to the
Yeah,
side. So fun.
standing. Yeah.
And just speaking as a fellow artist who does commissions, like it can be really, really tough, really capturing sort of the essence of the character. Um, but I think Draws Art did an amazing job of
Mhm.
really capturing Dietrich.
I agree. I agree. Dead. And the other picture is equally nice. You
Yeah.
should look for that on Tumblr. Hyacinth Crafting. Oh, I love, love, love this. Truly beautiful, well executed cosplay. Hyacinth has done a lot of different poses and different characters and professions, and they are all excellent, absolutely excellent. This is just one, but you can look for more on the Tumblr page, and it is well worth a look. I'm enchanted by this, just enchanted.
Yeah, me too. I love like every little detail from, just the beautiful curls in her hair to little little wing things on her
Yeah,
arm.
shoulder
Yeah.
piece,
Yeah,
yes.
and I particularly love the dagger that she's holding. It's our
Mm.
bloom dagger,
Hmm.
wielded by Kaith, one of our most iconic characters. So I love that dagger. It's
Yes.
beautiful.
I was just admiring the jewelry around the neck piece
Yeah.
and oh, it's just that the levels of detail in this are stunning. Just
Mm-hmm.
stunning. We are
How
so
she's able to match the blue
yes.
everywhere.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
We're so glad that she's creating these things and hope to see more in the future. Just thank you so much. This image is by, it's what the artist Ragan calls another in a 4-year journey of trying and failing to draw Sylvari. I think this looks like success. I really like this image.
Yeah, me too. I love just the glowy blue parts, and I particularly love it can be really hard to draw Sylvari. God knows I've tried and failed many times.
Hmm.
But just like getting that plant-like aspect for the hair, it's did a really, really good job.
I agree. They call this fellow my plant boy, and they say he's a jerk, but I love him anyway.
That's relatable.
Oh, I flipped. I'm sorry. Amber Eisenhower, the creator of this image, shared a story about a Thonsia ice dragon. She's shown here with her pet Snowclaw. I love this story. One of a few to ever meet and tame one of Jormag's minions. To this day, no one knows how she did it, and this has raised suspicion within her community, and some even declined to converse with her. But she doesn't want to stop from wanting to prove that she intends to save Tyria from the dragons, and she dreams of having her story of victories told by her people.
That is a really lovely backstory. It never ceases to amaze me, the creativity that people bring to weaving these stories about their player characters. It's amazing, and I particularly appreciate this piece because it is super hot in Washington right now, and you can really feel the mountain chill coming off. So I feel
Hmm.
cool already just looking at it.
Isn't that nice? Those
Yeah.
blues are lovely, and I just love Snowclaw there in the background. It's
Yeah.
awesome.
Mm-hmm.
It's so pretty. We don't often feature screenshots on CSL, but this one deserves note, I think. Baka Kebab captured what I think is the perfect nighttime panorama of Divinity's art. I know they worked hard on this to get just the right angle and the right distance, and I'm quite the fan of Divinity's art, Divinity's Reach art, and the whole look and feel of the city. I love this image.
Yeah, me too. What I love the most about it. So when I first got to Divinity's Reach, and I do this every time I'm there. I like to go on the high roads and the bridges and just look down at the city, look up at the city. Just love the verticality of Divinity's Reach, and I think this does a perfect job of capturing that. You know, from the city below to the skies above.
Yeah, the
You know?
towers. It's just a
Yeah.
great vista, rising as it does into the smoky sky, the cloudy sky. It's so beautiful. Artist Sutta Hart calls this a rough paint bust of a Gildy's lovely character Farah. The thing I noticed was the light and shadow on the face. I think that's very well done.
Yeah, I love paintings with warm lighting. And what I love the most about this painting is it really beautifully and perfectly captures kind of that moment before golden hour, when it's really, really bright and you have these deep dark shadows. Like it's just a gorgeous piece. A lot of good
Lovely.
contrast, a lot of warmth.
Yes, it's lovely. Mallory D. Art wanted to update their desktop background as well as do some practice work on canvas. So they were trying out different compositions and poses, and they busted out one of their GW2 characters, the engineer. Pretty darn cute.
Yeah, this is such a fun piece, and I would love to have it as a desktop background and just see that awesome grin every time I turn on my computer.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Me
and
too.
I just such a charismatic commander. I would follow this commander to battle.
I would too, with a smile on my face as well. Absolutely. Yellowsmith offers a striking portrait of Hollowsmith Jarrow. Um, I was captured by the bold use of color and the contemplative gaze, the profile and a very thoughtful look.
Yeah, and this is a much subtler detail. But what I appreciated the most was in the background, you've got this nice gray pattern going on, and I thought it did a really good job of echoing the pattern that's happening on her face in orange. You know, it's kind of a nice mix of really bold, but also really these quieter details.
Yeah, that's a good observation. That's true. Very nice. This one always makes me laugh. It's artist Lion Gang Mortarzerk, and they write, just a peppermint tea for me, thanks. And then they say, this is a quick doodle of my Insta 80 warrior, Flint Beechwood. Despite being a warrior, he's a bit of a softie, and I bet if he swung his sword at you, he'd miss. It's really not too hard to tell who he's inspired by. I like the whimsy.
Me too. I love this little tongue thing that he has going on. My dogs were literally doing that this morning. They're
Oh.
so cute.
From the heat?
Yeah, I mean, it's been so, like I mentioned, it's been so hot lately, but also they're doing it because they want a belly rub. And they know they're
Oh.
going to look adorable doing it.
Oh,
Which I'm
yes.
sure Flint knows that too.
Clever canines. Very clever. Sarah Grew shared this attractive image of their Sylvari, another guy that they call their plant boy. I love it. Love it. I love what I noticed about it just in talking with you earlier was the limited palette. There aren't a lot of different colors, and yet I found that so interesting.
Yeah, something that a limited palette does that makes it a wonderful exercise to do as an artist is it really pushes you to be super creative about how you're using the colors that you have given to you. And in this case, you chose the perfect colors because that color of green is my favorite and that color of pink is also my favorite. And together, they make a stunning pair.
Magic,
So,
yeah. I
yeah.
like the little heart in front of the hair. That's
Right.
so
And
clever.
the little antennas.
Yeah,
So cute. And I
that's great.
particularly love this flower ponytail that he has going on.
That's
It's a
terrific.
good
That is
touch.
terrific. LaFelu shows us this terrific portrait of a hollowsmith. I like it so much. I don't know the medium. I was trying to guess whether it was oil or digital. I couldn't really tell. Either way, I like it so much.
Yeah, and that is actually really impressive that they were able to kind of hide what medium they were doing a little bit. And I particularly love how they really capture sort of the essence that makes up a hollowsmith, sort of that mix of, you know, like mythical, with those beautiful flames coming out, as well as, you know, still being a mechanic, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yes. There's a soft look and then there's that hard edge as well. I like it so much. And I'm excited to share this video with you. It's by forum member Flirty or Flirday, who has continued to expand their excellent Elsewhere series. It's a series I've really loved. Just do some really, really good work. And today's video is called Desolation. And they wrote a couple of notes. They said, doing this series makes you notice a lot of little things, like how standing on the boards in the Village of Purity makes them creak, or how you hear the trees rustle when you're present. That sort of thing is really neat, and I'm sure it makes the experience of creating this extra special for the artist himself. So here we go with this video. So what did you think of that?
I thought it was gorgeous. This is the first time I've seen that video, and it makes me want to jump back in game and explore those environments again.
Well, look on our forums. They post as Flirty, Flurdy, on the
Oh,
forums.
okay.
But look for others because Flirty has made quite a few of them, and their work is just incredible. I
Yeah.
think you'll enjoy them all.
And videos take so long to make, but they're always worth it. They look
Yes,
gorgeous.
yes, excellent work. Thank you again for sharing your work with us and your artistry. We really appreciate that. Let's look at that next image. Well, there we go. Balthazar and Lissa or Lisa. I'm still not sure. I've always said Lisa, but now I'm thinking I'm going to say Lissa because most people do. Anyway, this is Corellis, a member of our program, our partner program, and they have created this image, and they're looking at the current ongoing living world story, and they're wondering what's going on with these two. What exactly is happening here?
Who knows? I won't tell.
No, I won't either.
What I particularly love about this piece is how they really captured sort of the two-faced nature of Lissa.
They
You
sure
know,
did.
that is such an integral part of her lore, and I think they did a really good job of capturing that and contrasting it with Balthazar in the foreground, looking so ominous and
Imposing and
yeah,
scary and
it's like
all those
glaring at me.
things. Yeah.
Why did you kill me off?
And the muted lighting really works here, I think. It makes him even scarier.
Yeah, yeah.
And then the kind of the divine light on Lissa. I don't know. I like
Almost
it
like
a
in
lot.
there in a cathedral that's been, knocked down, and you have this little bit of light coming from a hole in the ceiling.
I like that backstory
Yeah.
right there. That's very good. Yeah. Joan Draws introduces Skikru and Pilmarea, a somewhat simplified portrait of her characters. She wanted to experiment with a new art style, and so she took her characters, and instead of doing the more elaborate designs, I think that they chose to do this as a new way, just an experiment, a new way of doing art, and I like them very much.
Yeah, I agree. I think very successful experiment. Well done. It can sometimes be a little bit of a pain to experiment with the new art style, but I think you did a wonderful job of really capturing the Sylvari features, like the little ridge on the brows, and I love how these two characters are so different, and yet they're both gorgeous. Their colors work so well together. It's just two wonderful characters.
Yeah, I agree.
Nope.
Quim titles this beauty Sunset Glow. Every time I look at it, my heart is warmed. I love the autumnal colors, the background face and the shadow, slightly in the shadow, lighting. It's just a beautiful image in my mind.
Yeah, it's so beautiful. And what I particularly love is how they use kind of our Path of Fire colors, with those really gorgeous pinks and purples and that really
Yeah.
warm yellow light in that corner.
Yeah,
It's beautiful.
it's true. They did. They incorporated. It does have a Path of Fire feel to it. Very well done. Sue Draws made these guild sketches of various members of an RP guild to which she belongs. Like them all, want to meet them all. They seem like charming, charming people.
They do. And
Ooh.
thank you so much for drawing all of them because I love Asura so much. I especially love their ears.
Oh, yeah.
They're really unique. They can be all sorts of different shapes and
Ups and
sizes
down, big,
yeah.
little, yeah.
They're absolutely of our player characters, they're my favorite things to animate. They're just those little floppy ears.
Well, animation and Asura, I have to say, I want you to go back to the team and tell everyone who worked on the Asura animation how much I admire their work because they have some of the best movements. The barrel roll they do,
Yes.
but the best thing ever is their death animation. I wanna die over and over again just to see how cute they are when they die.
They're wonderful, and what makes them so fun is that they're the characters that we can make them as cartoony, So you can make them silly, you can make them die funny ways, it's amazing.
And their dialogue is great. It all goes together well in the Asura.
Yeah.
I'm fond of them too. This is by ArenaNet creative partner Sildar, and it was entitled simply Jormag, but it turns out that there is a secret or a less known title, which is Jormag grew tired of Tyrians and got really angry.
Oh no! Spare us, Jormak.
Yes, for sure.
Right. What I love about this painting is how you can really feel Jormak living up to his name of being the living blizzard. You know,
Mm.
if I saw him looming over the horizon, I would run.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'd get a good look first, and then I'd book
Or
it.
duck and cover or
Right.
something because he is imposing as
Yeah.
heck, isn't he? I love the encounter that we have in the game, the Claw of Jormag, and then this guy is just a representation of times a gazillion because he's terrific. He's really something. Guildwolf too drew Thlali and Hazel. And the artist wrote that you could get bonus points if you knew who these twin char were inspired by. And I'm pausing to think. Notice pausing to think. Sorry.
Gail.
Had to go for it. Sorry. Anyway, yes, I am wondering. I'm not sure that I've figured out the inspiration, but I sure do love the piece.
Me too, and my favorite part is how well they've done with their facial expressions. Char can be very hard to emote because you have to keep them somewhat ferocious, and their faces are they're sort of geared to do that by default. But then it's a challenge of how do you make them look really happy,
Or
know?
loving, or
Yeah,
warm,
exactly.
or
Exactly.
smiley.
Right, and smiley without looking like they're gonna eat you. And I think Guildwolf 2 did a really wonderful job of capturing how Char can be a little soft too.
Yeah, yep, I like him. Here's a guild portrait. This one is by Richie Wynn, showing the wide range of characters and professions and races within their guild. I like it so much. I love the kind of upward dynamic flow of it. And I was wondering, do you work in pen and ink?
Yeah, I do actually. I work pretty much exclusively in pen and ink now. I
Oh.
probably haven't touched a pencil to draw in several years.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do you like the medium? I've heard it's quite unforgiving.
Yeah, that's actually what I love the most about it is because it's so unforgiving, it teaches you to take your mistakes and really accept them into your heart. And you just work with it, It's like, oh, whoops, my hand slipped. So this random lion, guess I'll make it a dragon.
Oh, there you go. Oh, that's
So
really
you can have a lot of
interesting.
fun with it.
I can see that. I admire it very much. In October, we often feature some of the pieces from the Inktober initiative.
Yes,
Yeah,
I'm
it's a
so
lot of
bad
fun.
at Inktober.
Oh,
I always only do a week and then,
Ah,
but this time I'll do it for
yeah.
you, Gail.
Well, I'll be watching for it. Oh, yeah, she'll share it every day. I'll make sure she stays on track. Anubim wrote, "This is a portrait of Sylvari Eleanor with her spiritual guide, the white stag. It's a beautiful image. I like the foreground and the midground and the background, and I love it."
Yeah, every part of it is gorgeous. And I actually read that this artist had a little bit of difficulty with the watercolor, and I just wanted to say I'm really glad that you did use watercolor for this piece because I feel like even though watercolor can be really, really tough to work with, it served this piece so well. It really adds to the mood of it and how serene it is.
Mm-hmm. I was just noticing how that they cleverly have some of the stag's horns off the image and some
Yeah.
back in. That's really
Really
neat
guide your
element.
eye in and out.
It does, doesn't it? Oh,
Mm.
well done. The artist is Rexless, and they share their image, Sylvana and Kia, a lovely image of a Norn Ranger and their amazing pet. And I would say that is definitely an amazing pet and great image.
Yeah, I love the motion of this piece. Like
Mm-hmm.
when you look at it, you kind of just want to sprint with them, right? And that pet just looks so ferocious.
I like it. Yeah, I was focusing on the musculature and then the teeth, how they have just a bit of light to maybe to bring
Really
your eye to
highlight
them.
that
Oh,
they
and
they
they're-
can chomp down on you and probably will.
Probably will. Yeah. And again, that's the dagger you like.
Yeah, lots of bloom daggers this time around, but it's a good dagger choice. Well done.
It is. Nice. This artist is Rafe, and the image is of their small char thief, Rena or Reina. They say they're still learning to draw these furry kittens, and I think that they're doing a great job. I like them very much.
Yeah, I think they're doing an awesome job. I especially love how they handled the fur of the char.
Oh,
This char is so furry. I want to
it's
pet it.
great. And the
Pet her.
tail, the tail with the
Yeah,
loop and the
little
little fur tufts.
yeah, and like the shoulders and that wonderful facial expression. It's just super charming.
Yeah.
I feel like this character could come to life and be a little animated.
Oh, that'd be fun, wouldn't it? Oh gosh, yeah, I can see that too. This is a portrait by Stormweave. It's an experimental speed paint of their character, Linnea, who's a weaver. I really, it catches my eye every time I see it. The backlighting coming through the side, it's so well done.
Yeah, it's gorgeous, and it's another one of those pieces that really captures like a certain kind of light really well. Like I feel like she's standing on a wheat field, and you got the sun blasting right behind her.
Oh.
It's so gorgeous.
Yeah, I can see that too. Oh, that's great. Artist Hasegawa Vega offers Chicken Chaser, letting us know you can terrorize the chickens in Bitterfrost Frontier, unless they explode on you.
I what I love most about this piece is just how it really guides your eye and tells the story, right? You start with that chicken in the foreground. You're like, oh, what a nice chicken, and then you look, you're like, oh no,
Yeah,
run, chicken.
yeah, run, chicken, run, or you will soon be an 8-piece bucket.
Right?
You know, it is the chicken that caught my eye at first, and then you're right. There's definitely a story told here.
Yeah, and then you get this lovely painting in the background.
It's a great chicken. That's the best chicken I think I've seen. That's well done.
Very good chicken.
Yeah. This is Tagura, about whom artist Lions Arts Labs wrote, I've been tinkering with this image for weeks. If I keep this up, I will have a snazzy drawing of all my characters. And I just want to say, you keep doing them, we'll keep looking because this is beautiful.
Yeah, what an awesome Asura. And, Asura, I think, are often portrayed as really cute, kind of silly. Like I said, we intentionally animate them to be that way, right? But I think sometimes we forget that they can be tough too.
There's definitely a ferocity in that face
Yeah.
and a sense of purpose. And I won't even say they're a great little fighter. I won't diminish them by calling them little. That just looks like a great fighter.
Yeah, absolutely. They could probably kick my butt.
Cami Klala also is a member of our creative partnering program, and they wrote that when looking at this season's episode 1, Daybreak, their favorite part about it was the astrolarium. It caught my eye because I even brought in a close-up of the character. I like the backlighting on the character and the glints of bright purple against the darker purple, and the whole concept was just delightful.
Yeah, what I love about this is that it really sets up a mood, right? And it's a really relatable mood of just the quiet night and the stars and the clouds. Nice book. Um, it's very I would never be a purple, pink glowing person, but I feel like I can see myself in that character.
Oh, yes. That's a good thought. That's very nice. And our last piece, well, I have to ask a question. Family or warband? Or both? Talented crafter Capria Stallier or Stallier created a marvelous variety of crocheted figures. They're all representing characters from their guild, Vanadium Bund, VB. You can find more images of these cuties on our Tumblr page. There are many in different configurations. And maybe it's a group portrait or an individual shot, a couple. There are just a mass of them, probably 6 or 8 portraits, and I hope you'll go and look at them because they are well worth your time and to see the cleverness of this creation.
They are so cute. I'm dying, and I also want all of them.
I know, me too. I'll line them up on my
Right.
desk.
Yeah, the little Asura toes and the floppy ears and the big char snout.
And that leaf hair over there on the left.
Yeah, that's so cool. The little layering on it. It's amazing.
They're
Please teach me
great.
how to crochet.
Yeah. I tried to learn. Bobby Stein, one of our narrative directors, really
Mm.
wonderful guy. Well, he's married to a delightful woman, and she offered to show me. I said I wanted to learn. She offered to show me how, and I confess, um, I failed dismally at that experience and experiment in crafting, and I haven't gone back to it. But someday I intend to do it. I don't know that I'll ever have this skill level, though. That's extraordinary.
It is amazing. Well done.
And with that, that wraps up our art for the month. And how did you like it?
I loved it. I don't always have the time to go through our many art tags and see all the awesome art that our fans are doing. So thank you so much for featuring them and for showing them to me. Thank you so much for creating them.
Yeah.
They're amazing.
Yeah, I love our community. They do such great work. You guys, the things you produce every month, it's hard to just pick a few for the blog and a few more for the show. And thank you for your love of the game and your support of us and for all that you do. Really,
Hmm.
honestly, it comes from the heart.
Yeah.
And I want to do a couple of call outs. Here we go. The Guild Wars Entertainment Network, also known as Gwen, they're scheduling their annual Pink Day in LA event in October. It is their 11th year, so congratulations on that. That's quite a wonderful accomplishment. And they support a wonderful charitable cause, breast cancer research. So watch the forums for more information about Pink Day in LA, but we hope you'll support them. Come out for the event. We'll certainly, some of us will be there, and it's a great cause. And let's share the usual things that I like to make sure you know about. How to submit? Well, use the forums. Go to the Creative Corner, Community Creations section. You can embed images if you're using Tumblr, Instagram, Imager, or YouTube. You can also, or in addition, share on our Tumblr page where we have a lively art community. And please do use the hashtag Guild Wars 2 fan submission. Either or both is great. We'd love to see your work. YouTube archives are available for Community Showcase Live if you just search the big old search string of Guild Wars 2 Community Showcase Live. You can find them and pull the playlist of all the past shows. Take a peek to catch up on the many, many wonderful creations and to get to know a lot of our dev guests as well. We have a different guest every month or every show, and we hope that you'll take a peek at some of those. And sometimes they can be inspirational for a future show, which leads me, notice that clever segue, leads me right into the next bit, which is that our next show will be in October. And it will heavily feature autumn, but mostly Halloween, which is without doubt my favorite holiday of all. And I found out it's Dahi's favorite holiday too. So we'll look for you. You like it, right?
I love Halloween so much.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's everything about it,
Right?
The
The
colors.
candy.
Yeah.
Yes, the colors.
Yeah, okay. But I like the candy too. Can't argue with that.
Right?
It's true. It's just the best time of year. So look for a schedule with information about that on social media and on the forums and on our website too. We'll let you know when that show's coming, and then you'll be able to join us, and we hope you will. And those of you who create art, and I hope a lot of you do, or that you're inspired to do it newly even, we will pick art early in the month of October or late September, so don't hesitate to send in your art. If you sent it in the past through our Tumblr page or our forums, it could be featured this year. But that brings to mind what I was thinking when I was in the game last night, and I've been in the game way too much lately because of the Festival of the Four Winds. I just love our festivals. And what I was thinking of was I was hoping, hint, hint, that some of you artists would take the opportunity before it ends on the 14th to create a piece of art about the Festival of the Four Winds, because it would be cool to feature those next year as we prepare for that festival to return. There's great music in there, so videographers could use that, and it's just a wonderful place. The whole map, the labyrinthine cliffs, I have trouble with that word, but you know what I mean. Head on in there or get something from the Queen's Gauntlet or any of those great things. And in the meantime, enjoy the festival.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to thank you, Da-Hee, for being here and being a guest. It's such a pleasure.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
Absolutely.
And I would like to add for that festival, that's the first time my content has been in the game.
Ooh,
I did the little new sit animations for our player characters.
I didn't know that.
So videographers,
Yeah.
that content is available.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
just saying.
true. We could do a whole sitting interior video, right? Come on,
There
you
you
guys,
go.
get on board. You can do this. That's great. Yeah. And now I just want to say thank you for watching. It's been terrific having you here. Thank you for creating, and see you in October. But in the meantime, you keep creating now.